coins. Coins. Jim's coins in Hilda. Coins.
Dave's gonna talk about squirrels at length.
Squirrel!
He killed a squirrel once. He comes from Michigan. Dave has ferrets. He does not have squirrels. 'Cause ferrets are longer and squirrels are stronger.
Excuse me.
Talking squirrels.
Icelandic volcano.
The world thinks laugh, 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 ha, 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 party, 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 laugh, 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 ha, 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 I love horses. The world thinks laugh, 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 ha, 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 party, 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 laugh, 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 ha, 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 party, 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 party. Horses.
Jim's coins. Jim's coins. Jim's coins in Hilda. Jim's coins.
Silver.
Jim's coins.
Gold.
Jim's coins in Hilda.
Madison.
Nick in the hole. Nick in the hole. Nick in the hole. Nick in the hole. You swipe for Shopko. Why, oh, why? From his eye while they hold me away, yeah. Barely legal, but still 18. Mister, you're in trouble now, you'll see. The Hulk is strong, but he won't break you free. For grand larceny, not invented, there's no debit, and no one's gonna give Nick any credit. What about layaway? Ain't nobody got the patience today. Shopko.
Going for a walk with the log, the dog. Mess with me will turn you into a hog.
I'm here with my cousin I haven't seen for many years. I don't know how many years it's been, maybe 12 or more, but here I am.
Went to the park with the doggy doos, and guess what they did?
Daisy Duty, that's her name. Going Duty is her claim to fame. Ooh-ra-ba-doo-ba, ooh-ba-ba-doo-ba, ooh-ra-ba-doo-ba, ooh-ba-ba-doo-ba.
Where is it?
I got it!
Come on, it's time to party. VCR, Afterparty. Come on, it's time to party. VCR, Afterparty.
Well, hello, Lindas, and welcome to VCR After Party Episode 2. This is the button-down, loose, smoking jacket show where we cut loose, let our thinning hair down, and just sort of show you some videos that we've found along with cyber videos we found on the internet. That's this week's show. I'm Nick. We've got Joe over there, George, and Steve. We're wearing the same outfits as yesterday. We just don't shower between Tuesdays and Wednesdays. That's how it is. There's
Nick,
no other explanation.
I was thinking this should be our more serious show where we talk about like political issues and we just like, because that's,
Sure.
I don't know. I'm just thinking like we yuck it up on Tuesday nights. Why don't we take things a little bit more seriously on Wednesday nights? I don't know. I'm just throwing it up
We'll
there.
take it seriously, but the clowns in Washington won't, if you know what I'm saying.
Ouch, here
Sorry,
he goes.
I didn't mean
Here
to get
he
too
goes.
political. But let's start off with some Scimitar, our old friends at Scimitar. I showed this double cassette tape from Scimitar. There's the Scimitar logo. Cop chases and dumb crooks and dumber crooks. I showed this last week. Now together for the first time. You don't have to buy these separately. You know how Scimitar, the production company, would always, I guess, cut corners. So these tapes are like 30-minute, 22-minute videos. You can see there's not much tape on there. And they still recorded it at the worst quality, like EP mode. So there's always a warning about that. So Cop Chases doesn't play at all. I can hear some of the audio of it, but that's it. This has terrible tracking. It's barely playable. So, but I still thought it was worth playing. So this is Dumb Crooks. And
sometimes it can be funny when the tracking's really bad. Yeah.
In this case, I think it might have enhanced it. So along with this. You can't even read if you experience picture problems or just tracking.
All our lives in movies and on television, we see a romanticized
Nick, you
image
watch
of the
these because
criminal.
it makes you feel better about yourself, right? You always you feel better about yourself when you're watching this. You're just like, oh, look at those idiots. I'm doing things right. They're doing things wrong.
Dummy. Yeah, that's what I do. Well, and I guess the one joy, that would be the one joy of watching World's Dumbest or whatever those shows are. But you don't even get that joy here because these are reenactments. There's no police footage. It's only reenactments with amateur actors from Minnesota. I'm just guessing based on some of the accents I heard in this. And so you don't even get to see real police footage. You don't even get that vicarious thrill.
World. The reality is, most crooks are idiots. They forget IDs on the counter. They even shoot themselves. This video shows just how dumb some crooks can be.
So this is all reenactment
Everything you see
footage.
reenacted here actually happened. So here's a look at some really dumb crooks and then some even dumber.
This is music.
This is Scimitar music right here.
Yeah.
It's really a tempting target. This dumb crook couldn't resist the fashion statement of a new pair of pants.
So not expecting to see the guy in his underwear.
Yeah. He traded his old pants for the exact same pair of pants.
$310. What the heck is going on here? Where is my stuff?
This dumb crook took the $290 before he changed pants. And by the way, he apparently started out with $20 in his own pocket, which he also left behind. Dumb or how dumb can you get?
It's not even the real footage.
I don't really get it either.
Not only did the screaming drive him off before he got his change, but he forgot the $300 he started out with.
So mostly
dumb and getting dumber.
We're forgetting money.
Don't move until I get out of here. Stay right there.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
Should have called that
This
joke.
guy was so fat he couldn't stand up.
Come on. Oh. Come on. Oh.
Dumber or just fatter?
Wow. I didn't think this was going to go the body shaming route.
Yeah.
I don't know
Body
if that's
shame
going to
or
be my
body
new
shamer?
well, yeah. My new sign off might be dumb or just fat. I don't know. We'll see. I'm still workshopping some things.
The tracking wasn't bad enough for that video. It needs to be worse.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's the problem. You could still see some of it.
I want to get into my new corner. First, what are people saying about the new Wednesday night show? Were they digging it last week? Did they love it? Okay, good. All right. I think it's fun. Yeah. It'll be even more fun once we get to our political roundtable.
Well, yeah, that's gonna make our ticket out of this whole hole.
Yeah.
Middle finger.
Sex organs.
There you are. Sex and circulation. Very good.
Oh, Steve's new drops are
Steve's got a new drop.
circulating. Yes.
All right.
Wonderful. Like it.
All right. This new corner of mine, I started it last week. I call it FBI Warning Hall of Fame. So every tape in here begins with an FBI warning. I would say 80% of them use that standard, the black background one, FBI warning. But a lot of them make their own homemade FBI warnings that I don't know. I don't know if the FBI necessarily signed off on these. So I've made a new opening graphic for it, and it goes a little something like this.
Hooks. Tackleberry.
Yeah, I did all Police Academy trailers.
That's great.
Citizens on Patrol is in there.
So we got Assignment at Miami Beach, looks like. Wow, they're all here.
We got part 4 and part 5 in here, and something from the first one too. So,
yeah, Joe, you were talking last night about in VCR party about enlisting in the Army. I was watching Assignment at Miami Beach while eating like an entire bag of Cheetos. That's what I was doing when I was military age. Yeah,
that's how you were protecting our country.
Yep,
right?
That was my
in your own way.
Our country, yeah.
Okay, so this one comes from a video. So here's how I haven't figured out this corner yet. Because if I just show you the FBI warning, yeah, who cares? You want to see what they're warning you about. So this is a found footage festival classic. This is Carnival in Rio, the Arnold Schwarzenegger travel video, where he goes on this groping tour and he's just touching everybody that he can, and he's lifting them up and he's manhandling them. I found the full tape digitized. Nick, we should watch the full thing in 4 parts for EP because it's ridiculous. But there's one scene in here that I don't think we've ever shown on the show. Arnold Schwarzenegger is going around Rio and he's experiencing the festivities. And then I'll show you what the FBI was warning you about after we see this clip.
Okay, I like that.
Capoeira was originally designed to allow a capoeirista to confuse an attacker with unexpected moves, allowing time for a graceful escape. Today it's mainly a spectator sport, unless the spectator goes too close.
I don't know that you're supposed to. No.
She was not feeling that kiss, too.
No.
He kissed way too hard.
Yeah, kick him harder next time.
Yeah, I think this is what the FBI was warning us about here. Was this part? Yeah, just a lot. Look at her face. Like she's not into it. He's just like a vice grip on her.
Yeah.
I don't think we've seen any videos where his behavior seemed acceptable.
No, not a single one.
No, especially in the 80s. It was yeah. And this woman's like doing a dance in like martial arts, and then he just like, I'm gonna lift you up and give you a kiss.
Yeah.
That is a good defense though against a martial artist.
Yeah.
If you grab them and kiss them, it disarms them.
That's true. I would run away. All right, so here comes the
Same music, or did you add that?
I added the music. I just needed an ending to pop.
Yeah.
I feel like they all should have this music.
They
but
should.
Look at this sweet ass FBI warning that whoever put this out, they included
nice
this.
Drop shadows.
I want to do T-shirts of FBI warning, so I want to do like that design on a a royal blue, whatever color that is, T-shirt.
Sky blue.
Yeah. And
cool. Sign me up for one.
Yeah, there it is. FBI warning Hall of Fame.
Well, you asked me whether people were actually like prosecuted for that, right?
Yeah. Oh,
Is
yeah.
there
I was
an
wondering
answer?
about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I saw that there have been let's see, going back as far as the early 80s or even earlier. This TV Guide from 1980 has a great story. Knock 3 times and ask for Bambi about Disney bootlegs. And hold on, let's see. And then in Videophile magazine from 81, they say that as far back as 1975, the FBI had been seizing tapes.
Okay.
Like 1,100. By 1980, it had reached 16,000. And I'm reminded of like being in Philly in the early 90s, and like every street had just piles of bootleg VHS tapes. So I can't imagine how many the FBI was seizing by then.
Yeah. Well, they clearly didn't read the FBI warning up top. So
No, they flagrantly ignored that. So
it seemed too harsh. It was like $250,000 or 10 years in jail or something. It was like, yeah, you're not going to do that for me when I make this copy of UHF.
Well, not you, but I assume they were thinking about the giant distributors who
exactly.
were like,
yeah,
like Nick.
The people with blankets on St. Mark's Place.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get into cyber videos on the internet. Steve. All right, I'll start off with the video. This is a video that I don't know how, but our friends Dave and Sarah Lynn were watching a review of the Royal Caribbean cruise around the world. You know, where people could go, and like the idea was like it would be a year, and you'd pay a flat fee, but you'd cruise around the entire world. And this couple was doing a vlog, I guess, from it, and they said it's just fascinating study in tedium. And Joe, I thought you'd especially enjoy this. I just cut some highlights from one of their entries about their experience on the Royal Caribbean cruise around the world.
We went in for breakfast, and Ron got pancakes. He likes to eat pancakes, and these were blueberry pancakes. And when we were sitting in our usual spot, he was mentioning to me that they were kind of dry, and admittedly we had been there for a late breakfast, so they'd probably been there a while.
Admittedly.
I had a question about the big triangle of seaweed that was in my bowl of ramen. We didn't realize this, but he told us that when he was a child in China, that they ate the seaweed for a snack. That's so, yeah.
What? What?
We've seen a blind person here. We've seen people in wheelchairs dancing on the dance floor.
I saw her today by the elevator, and she was walking faster than I walked.
Oh yeah.
The lady in the wheelchair?
Probably in her 40s.
The blind woman.
Ron's pretty good at trivia, and he knows a lot of stuff. But this lady was telling us things that we just had never heard before. Do you remember one of the things she had talked about? I can't. If we remember, I'll tell you next time. But I can mention Julieta. Julieta is from Argentina. That's how she tells it. And she is our Zumba instructor. And I'll tell you, this lady is just so fun and so full of energy.
For a long time, we were the only persons sitting in the hot tub. We were joined later by another fellow that had joined the cruise in Los Angeles. But there was just the three of us. The rest of the hot tubs and the pools, they were empty. All right. Other news. Some of you may have heard that we did unfortunately have a fatality on board.
Till next time. Night.
There it is, the Royal Caribbean cruise couple.
I love that so much. Yeah, Dave and Sarah Lynn have been watching that a lot. Like they sent a bunch of those, and I watched a different one. And they said that they can't stop watching them. I hadn't seen that one. Nick, was there any follow up to whether they got moister pancakes, the dry pancakes? Was that remedy?
Well, admittedly, they were there for a late breakfast. So I know, but I'll have to watch the entry after that. That was just the one I watched today.
I wondered if they were able to dampen up those pancakes.
Yeah, sorry to leave you hanging on that, but we'll find out.
Nick, George, you have something to say?
No, I just can't believe they spotted a blind person. I didn't know that was still a thing.
Yeah,
they were amazed at how well they got around. Well, okay, there's accommodations.
Nick, can you do a regular update, like weekly update?
Sure, yeah,
on that?
I'll check in.
Every week. Give us a new one, like because I know they sent a couple other couples that were on those that were doing those video blogs. Now I'm never going on a cruise. I've never been on a cruise. I'm never gonna go on a cruise now after hearing that.
Somebody emailed us, said they were about to go on like a indie comedy cruise, and they're like, "You guys got to do it next year." And it's
No,
like,
I'm not gonna. No, I'm not
kind of
going
like
to.
having a place to hide after a show. I don't know. You're kind of
I
exposed.
don't like group trips at all, where you have to go on this group trip and you have to load up onto the bus and you have to be back by 3:00. It's not. No, Steve, you seem like you might have been on a cruise before. Have you ever been on a cruise?
I've been on numerous cruises.
Whoa!
I called it.
I had a friend when I lived in LA who was like a Disney actor, and I went on like a young Hollywood cruise. Like I was with his name's Eric Von Detten, so I was like his guest, and like Frankie Munoz is on it. All these different young actors. But yeah,
did you get sick?
I did not get sick. Eric almost got left in Belize because of he was underage drinking or something like that. I don't remember.
Did you have fun on the cruise? Do you like the cruises? Are they fun? Should I do one?
I think you missed your. I think it's a young man's game, either very young or very old. So I think.
Were you going to say you missed the boat? It
Oh,
like you were about to.
Maybe. But
I like terrible entertainment. I like water slides, but I hate other people. So I think I'm like I'm close to doing it, but yeah. I just can't
Well,
wait.
what are the vegan options like on a cruise, Nick? That would be
They're
that would be hilarious.
They're better. They actually, the couple we just talked to, Ron and his wife, said there's a surprising amount of vegan options. That's one thing they mentioned on the. So, but yeah, I'm sure everything's tainted with salmonella, regardless of whether it's vegan or not.
Yeah.
Having to sit with strangers at a dinner table every night for a month sounds miserable. So,
George, I'm sure you've been on a lot of cruises, right? Carnival, you're always on Carnival.
I have a hard enough time with restaurants on land. The idea of keeping me isolated with
you're like John Travolta and the boy in the plastic bubble on the cruise.
Yes, everywhere I go, I'm always looking for the door to leave, and the idea of being on a boat is a nightmare.
Yeah.
You would wear your cruise glove for that one, right? You'd have a special glove just for cruises.
Cruise helmet, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I got. As long as we're on the subject of George, let's play. This is my cyber video, but I wanted to bring this back, and I hope it's okay with you, George. I did this a while ago. We haven't done it for, I don't know, a year or two, but it's a little segment within the cyber video realm called...
Oh, I haven't seen this intro for a while.
Dating advice for George. So, George, you're still single, right?
Yeah. Now more than ever.
Are you
more than ever?
Are you doing like online dating or anything? Are you going out on dates? You're not doing that?
No.
Okay. You don't
I'm
like
retired.
that?
I'm retired from it is, as Steve said, a young man's game.
Do you go to bars and just like talk to women at the bar? I don't know.
No.
Just
what's your sign, baby?
Write that down, George. That's a good line.
Well, astrology is not real.
All right, so George, this is some dating advice for you. Okay. Grab your clipboard, take some notes. I don't know who sent me this. I looked on all my emails. I don't know if somebody texted it to me or what, but this is like
in the chat. We'll point it out next week.
This is it's so good. It's at a Taco Bell game level for me. I think. I've watched it twice. It's close to a Taco Bell game level for me. It's not an IMG, but it's called it's couples chiropractic. So it's like you have a couple and you go in, there's couples massages. Well, this chiropractic clinic in outside of Detroit wanted to have couples come in to get their backs worked on.
Right. And chiropractic is astrology for your back, right?
Yeah, essentially. Yeah. It's hocus pocus for your back.
Yeah, okay.
And they do the cracking thing that makes it seem like something's happening. I've never been a believer in it. It's never fixed me. I've done a lot of chiropractic, but anyway, so and plus chiropractors' offices, they're not the same as like spas where you would get a massage where there's candles and this aromatherapy. No, you're in like this, doctor's office with two people who crack your back. Anyway, this is the couple, and I'm playing the whole thing too. I thought about editing it down. I want to play the whole thing. So here it is. George, take note. Van Every Family.
Hi, I'm Dr. Anna Saylor with Van Every Family Chiropractic Center.
I'm Dr. Laura Van Loon with Van.
the couple's about to go on a cruise right now, and they want to be in tip-top shape for their video blogs. So that's why they're there.
Got it.
Every Family Chiropractic Center. And what we're going to do today is we're going to do a tandem adjustment. And by that, what we mean is it's a couple adjustment to make sure that they're balanced as much as possible to each other, and to that it improves their communication and just their energy level. So, and how long you?
What's that guy's energy level at? What'd you say? Is it
3?
Yeah,
I fought Maria for this. I think that's what it
wants to be watching golf on TV. I'd say that's the level.
Guys, we're married.
I'm Barbara, and this is Chuck. We've been
Chuck and Barbara.
We're on a carnival cruise around the world, it turns out.
married 31 years this year.
Okay, so you ready?
Okay.
All right.
Watch this opening
Full hands.
move.
Like cat massage.
Now it's like they're a NASCAR pit crew.
Yeah. Oh, how can they not laugh?
Dr. Steele, you're adjusting Barbara's needs, and Dr. Van Loon is doing.
I want him to pull out an oil can and like under his armpit go.
And what we're addressing is both emotionally, physically, the reaction to each other.
So one of the beautiful freedoms that KST allows us is that we can not just work on
Robots,
things
but
with each patient,
cyborgs as well.
We can also work on emotional things with each patient, and also the patient.
Their Zumba instructor was from Argentina, turns out.
I love when she flaps the back of her head. I like that Chuck's playing ball here. I thought, yeah. He'd definitely rather be like watering the grass right now.
One of the other interesting coincidences that one of the interesting coincidences is too often as we're tandem adjusting, they're both all set at the same time. So.
Thank you. Thank you very much, you guys.
Thank you.
So George, maybe a first date, you go out to a bar this weekend and you're like, hey,
have a water.
I have an extra ticket to this chiropractor's office. Would you want to join me?
Would you like to have two people place science fiction guns against our head for between 1 and 2.5 minutes? I like when at the end when she said, "Yeah, I see they're both done at the same time."
Yeah.
Which is like people cannot wait. They cannot wait for it to be over.
Yeah. Yeah, well, they're going so fast too. It's like they're in a race. Like,
yeah,
flap,
Chiropractic 500 or something. Right? Yeah, pit stop. Yeah, just be like, hey, baby, do you believe in pseudoscience?
Yeah.
You a fan of quackery? Yeah, I think that looks great. Look your date in the eye and.
Nick, you know we're going to be in Detroit in May, and Royal Oak, I think, is right outside of Detroit. So, what if you and I? We go to Van Every. We go to Van Every's
Let's
family.
do it. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go to Van Every family, and then they'll flap the back of our heads, and
I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. All right.
Yep,
Steve,
they'll tighten up our bolts.
Camera?
Yep.
All right. Steve's on board. All right. Great.
Perfect.
Who's next? George?
George?
Sure.
Steve? Somebody assert yourself.
Damn it. That was me asserting myself. So, so Joe, you had said you want me looking for clothing and stuff, new designs for T-shirts.
Oh yeah.
And you suggested, like I was trying to, you wanted me to come up with a name. I thought Total Shirt Storm or Shirt or Get Off the Pot, but you came up with Fashions by Georgio.
Yeah,
we're going with that.
At first, I wanted Fashions by Giorgio Paslicio.
Oh, what about Giorgio Valente? Okay, okay.
I think Fashions by Giorgio is the way to go because you always have a keen eye for nice designs. The Mad Butcher, Explosions, Murder that you showed last week.
Right.
And you know how, like, on the inside collar of our Found Footage shirts, it says Found Footage Festival. There's like a logo screen printed on the inside. We could have Fashions by Giorgio as the tag on your particular shirts.
Finally arrived. By stealing other people's designs. And isn't that what fashion mostly is?
100%.
Okay.
Yeah. Nothing's original.
So I think I found a decent design. You can weigh in on it. But in my new sub category of cyber videos, which is old news broadcasts. So
Yes.
this is one that is from May 1980. It starts with an incredible opening theme. Then it's got one of our favorite gotcha reporters, but this time taking on the least important scandal ever. And then it leads to this great T-shirt.
Oh, I'm infuriated already.
From 13 Eyewitness News, this is the Late Report.
Yeah.
With Dave Ward, the sports with Bob Allen, and the weather with Ed Brendan.
Action 13's Marvin Zindler has another report tonight on what he calls the fat war that has resulted in misleading ads for a weight reduction center.
Yesterday, there was a question about the name of a woman who was posing in a before and after picture for a weight reduction center. The owner of that company, Norman Wells, said it was a Joe Banker, as advertised, but couldn't produce her. Well, today I cleared up who that woman really was. Last night, I showed you this ad from the Houston Post TV guide for the weight reduction medical centers. It shows a woman at 190 pounds before and 136 pounds after saying, "I lost 54 pounds in only 8 weeks. The name Joe Banker is beneath the picture." Well, today I found out it is not Joe Banker, but this woman, Judy Camp. Judy is now out of the country, but today I talked to her sister, who is a first-grade teacher in the Houston area. Is your sister's name Joanne Banker or Joe Banker?
No, Marvin. My sister is Judy Camp. She had put extra clothes under the picture on the left and then changed and normally looks like the picture on the right.
I went to the weight reduction medical centers and talked to the owner, Norman Wells.
Yes.
He said it was a mistake by his ad agency. He used 3 sweatshirts and she put on 3 pairs of slacks. And then they took them off and did the after picture. Did you know that?
No, sir, but it's so unnecessary. That's the thing about it.
That's what I don't understand.
Right.
Norman Wells has promised to quit using this ad with a fake fat woman, and from now on, he will take a closer look at his advertisements. And you folks should do the same thing out there, because as I've just shown, seeing is not always believing. Marvin Zindler, Eyewitness News.
Of the thousands of Houston youngsters who end up in court cases each year, many of them are there because of alcohol or drug-related crimes. Tonight, in part 4
Is that the
of a
shirt?
series of
No.
reports, we take a look
That's
at
a pretty
the
good one.
consequences of
I like
teenage
that one, too.
drinking and drug abuse.
If you ask these teenagers why they like to drink, they'll tell you because it's fun.
They're not very original. Oh, Bel Air bonging team.
Nobody worries about it. Doesn't affect your school grades or anything.
How about later on? Don't worry about it affecting your
High school smokers. Oh, I miss them.
Yeah, so that's the shirt. It's the Bel
Bel Air
Air
bonging team.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, but I like that they cut to a picture of Yes, the band Yes logo, well known for their bonging.
Are those like Cardinals? Maybe that's
I
their
think so.
team mascot, and then
Their
the
high school
Cardinals
mascot,
are ripping the graphics bong.
Yeah,
together.
Fashions by Georgio.
Yep. Anyhow.
Wow. So Fashions by Georgio is coming out of the gate strong. Here.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I would have gone with Teenage Boozers and Users too.
Well,
I mean,
it's all. There's no anything is fair game for Fashions by Georgio.
Let's try to get this line of fashion into like H&M's all around the world.
Yeah.
Let's talk to them. Steve, what do you got?
Right, this is a bit of a long walk, so stay with me and try to keep me on track. So I think it was last week George played some old tapes of himself when he was on was it public access? Well, I'm doing something similar. So this is probably from 2000, 2001. I had gotten a job helping run first team. So what had happened is a woman. I'm trying to be vague about this so that you guys I don't ruin it. But a woman was doing a one-woman show and it became very popular. So HBO decided they were going to film it, and so they hired me to help out. And one of my jobs was she was like, "I'm not an actress, so you can't call cut and start. Like if people have to come do my hair, they'll do it on stage in front of the audience. Steve can bring me water, so I bring her water." And they ended up using a lot of that in the show. So
what's the show called?
I'll tell you after.
Okay.
I think I know it.
Okay. All right. So I don't think I've told you guys about this. Maybe I have. But here I am this is probably my first time on television.
I am worried about vaginas. Vagina graduate.
Oh.
This is Steve.
Oh.
This is Steve.
What a
Steve
dope.
just graduated from UVS. That's the University of Vaginal Sciences. The most vagina-friendly guy in his class, okay? Got the job. Yeah.
So, you know, I have no idea what she's going to say every time I walk out there. And there's another 4 times that maybe I'll play it at another time. But yeah, that was my.
Why was it subtitled in?
Because I ripped it off YouTube, and so.
Oh, okay, okay.
So vagina monologues, like that was on HBO, wasn't it? That was,
yeah,
on,
it was on HBO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
if you ever watched
you
that,
were on.
That was the young
a worldwide. People around the world saw you on there. Did you dye your hair? Your hair
I
looked
did
really
not
light.
for that. It was
looked
very
frosty.
light. No, I had driven cross country, and so halfway through I was just like, oh, I'm going to dye my hair, and then I'll shave it if I don't like it.
Yeah.
And then I ended up keeping it, and so then they hired me, and
cool.
then I moved to Los Angeles, and then they were like, called me up, and they're like, hey, we want to shoot some behind the scenes stuff. Would you be willing to come back? So they flew me back, and I had to re-dye my hair. So in those sections, the behind the scenes, it's orange.
Wow.
Wow. I did such a poor job.
Did you ever get your own spin-off of a vagina monologue show? Like did the Steve monologues about vaginas? Did you ever?
Shockingly,
like
no. Well, there actually is something like that. I'll play it later.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's
later in this show or later in the run of shows.
I mean, I guess I could play it. I just don't. I guess I
The
could play it
testicle
today.
dialogues.
Let's save it for next week. I'll get it together. Give me something else for next week. But yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I'm excited about this new Odyssey. More skeletons in your VHS closet. That's cyber videos for this week. Good batch, everybody.
Yep.
Anything getting out? We got time for a little nice thing?
Yeah. I have a couple nice things I'm going to show.
All right. Let's do 2.
We got this really nice letter from Jesse. Jesse said, my boyfriend and I love your weekly show, and we're really excited to see you guys again at the Mahoning for VHS Fest 7. One of our favorite recurring segments on your show is the toe tapping tournament, which this is March. So I
Coming
think
up
2 weeks or maybe next week. I don't know when we're going to do it. We haven't planned it, but yeah, toe tapping tournament's coming up. Jesse said, I've enclosed a short list with links to some of the best jingles the Lehigh Valley and surrounding areas has to offer, and a couple shirts. So look at what Jesse did. Printed it out of the local jingles with the QR codes or whatever they are. QR codes, is that what they're called?
Yeah.
And then so we can watch the videos from here, but it's kind of like, rather than getting an email with a link, I kind of like that we get,
Me too.
we get it this way. It's like half digital and half analog. So lots of good jingles from that area and a t-shirt. Let's see. Then at the end said, last week, my boyfriend and I got a psychic reading done by Mr. Nasty himself.
Whoa.
Huge props and many thanks to George for finding Larry. So
that's great.
Yeah. So I wonder if we can we help facilitate those? I want to get that'd be a good EP. Like we go on to,
we each get psychic readings from Mr. Nasty.
George, can you reach out to him?
Yeah, but it has to be, it would have to be in person. He's completely unable to do technologically.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I shot the Ultimate Packer Fantasy with him, and he's got to do it in person. So they also included this local hot dog place that has a jingle. So maybe after we hear the jingle, I'll
So we haven't done Pennsylvania yet, but that must be, maybe that'll be our next.
I thought we
Have
did.
we done it?
I think
we
we
did.
did.
Yeah, we did. All right.
George curated.
Yeah. Well, there's always strays that come in, so could play those during another state jingle.
The other thing I wanted to show. Oh, do you have a nice thing, Nick?
Just some videos I was going to show. I'll just show two because I'll save the rest for VCR Party. I think these are both Bob Hedges ones, but this one I just love the cover of. Mazzola, no cholesterol. It's
That's
just
a good one.
It's the color of corn. So pretty cool. And then this one is called Mushrooms and Mankind, and it's signed. It's a mushroom video that's signed by a guy named Arthur. James Arthur. I don't know who that is. Maybe we'll find out in the ancient wisdom of mushrooms and mankind on this tape.
Magic mushrooms or the boring mushrooms?
Don't know. I was thinking the boring ones, but who knows? I don't know. We'll find out.
Who in the mushroom community would you want their autograph of? You know, like...
I don't know.
Are there like superstars of the mushroom community?
Probably.
Not yet, but maybe, Joe, you can lead us.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Next birthday.
Yeah.
So our documentary that Nick and I produced in 2007, it has a birthday coming up. We debuted it at South by Southwest, and South by Southwest is going on this week. In 2007, it's called Dirty Country. Nick and I followed around a dirty country music singer who worked in a factory making auto parts, but then in this spare time, he wrote these filthy songs. They were distributed all around the country at truck stops. And Nick and I got obsessed with him, and we tracked him down, and we made a whole feature-length documentary about him. Recently, I had to go in, and I had to put captions on it because we're trying to get it up on the Tubies and the Amazon Primes and all that kind of stuff. Because right now we just have it in physical form. You can pick it up at the store. We have digital download, but I want to get it up on those platforms, those fast channels. So
yeah, it'll get seen by more people that way. But you can, if you want to, go to the store. It's here for $6.
Exactly. It's a funny movie, and but I had to. They require you, if you're going to get on those platforms, to have closed captioning. So I went through and I had the robot do it, but I had to go through and fix a lot of the stuff. But I just thought I'd share some of my favorite subtitles from Dirty Country. Here's the first one. Yeah. Here's the part where Larry said, "The word scrotum. Isn't that something?"
This is all real, by the way.
These are all real.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's the moment when he said it, too. Like, the word scrotum. Isn't that something? Here he says, "Yeah, we're just going to throw washers and get drunk." I think that's like the most Larry Pierce thing he could ever say. Like, that's vintage Pierce right there.
It's his backyard game, washers. Yeah.
Oh, it's so fun, too. We made our own boards. We play every summer. It's so great. Next up, this is Larry's mom's birthday. And they have this like happy birthday song where it's like, "Happy motherfucking birthday, happy motherfucking birthday," and it ends with "F you" to the grandma. And so there's a 90-year-old woman.
The sign that says "Happy birthday, sick old bitch." So it's a very sweet moment we happened to capture on tape.
Speaking of sweet moments, this doesn't have a subtitle, but they fed Ma. Everybody called her Ma. They always make penis cakes for whoever's birthday it is, and Ma's no exception. So there she is, biting into her penis cake. And
Looks
then
like Sandy wrote the word "suck" on it. Yeah.
Just wrote the word "suck," and then here she is. She just has a card handy that says "fuck you" on it, just like ready to go. You never know when you got to use that. So Ma has that.
Great.
And Nick, would you guess there are any vegan options in the back?
There were not. No, I went hungry that night during the recording. Probably had to find a Taco Bell.
They didn't have a vegan penis for you?
No, they did not. No, I had to fend for myself. Yeah.
Those deviled eggs aren't vegan?
Nope, those were not. No, unfortunately,
crazy.
The technology wasn't there yet.
Okay, crazy. All right, here's some more captions. This is Larry Pierce's
about
distributor. She goes, and then we have Larry Pierce, horny hits. She was kind of embarrassed when she said it too. Horny hits. That's the name of the song. And then I think we have one more. Why don't you say nutsack, or bag? He would get mad at like penthouse letters.
For using flowery language, right?
Yeah, he was like, "Why don't you just use the word nutsack instead of like glow orb or bag? Why don't you just use bag?" So check out Dirty Country. There's lots of funny parts in that.
And I was, no offense to the Oscars, there were some great award nominated and winning documentaries, but the feature category, there was no levity. It was all about, war-torn Ukraine and all great subjects, but not every good documentary has to be about an issue of the day. Like American Movie should have an Academy Award for the best documentary of that year. Instead, it probably went to something about Darfur. But great, that's fine. But there's room for other documentary subjects. It doesn't all have to be
like Chop and Steal.
Like
There
Chop
you
and
go.
Steal, which should
Good
have been
example.
nominated and should have won, but was not even in.
I think the funniest movies in the world are documentaries. Some of the
Yes.
best lines because they're real, and that just makes it funnier to me. So,
But
yeah,
they don't all have to be dour. There's
yeah.
there's plenty of room for diversity in that category. That's all I'm saying. So.
Yeah. I hear you.
All right. Well, happy anniversary to Dirty Country. Go watch it
Yep.
on our store.foundfootagefest.com.
Tomorrow night we got Czar interview. So make sure you sign up for Patreon and watch our Czar interview. And then Saturday, what do we got cooking, George, for Saturday?
Well, I think it's Cattanooga Cats, right? And
there's a St. Patrick's Day episode of the Cattanooga Cats that we are going to watch with Caitlin. This is cats who were hillbilly beatniks that were also in a traveling band, and they go to Ireland and find a wee greeny goofy. So we'll be watching that the day before St. Patrick's Day.
And their music is genuinely good too.
I like the songs. I like the intro song too. So it was a surprisingly fun cartoon.
All right, 2 things to set up before we get out of here. So we're going to end these shows like VCR Party, like the Tuesday night show, with a bunch of random clips at the end from stuff that we've already watched on this show, and I just added 3 at the end, so it's going to be a short one. And what else? Oh, for the outro, Tim G. He made a new song for us, and he's one of the best. He's so good.
Oh yeah.
He did New Age Miracles ones. He did. He mixed with The Eyes Have It, and but he's so good. But this one comes from this tape that I played a few weeks ago. The Art of Bid Calling. You remember that one?
Yep. Great tape.
Let me just play the clip. Remember this tape was really bad. And but this guy said this thing that he sampled.
What it is, what I have, what I want, what I've done. What it is, what I have, what I want, what I've done. What it is, what I have, what I want, what I have, what I want, what I want, what I have, what I want.
Okay, so we're gonna get into the song, but here's the thing. That's all. That's it. And God bless you very much.
Fat or dumb?
Yeah, now more than ever.
Hey, good looking. We'll be back to pick you up later.
Well, that's what I'm having. Ribs.
Mama, I want to eat Cookie Crisp